Hey y'all, good to see you. Good to be seen by you. I'm gonna check on my folks over at Facebook Live at the I See Me bookstore. So bear with me if you don't mind. I'm gonna go and get signed in over there because I like to simulcast our podcast, if you will, to get more bang for my buck. Not buck, book. So just to be a second, hang on tight with me. We will get this thing crack-a-lacking momentarily. How's everyone been? I hope everyone's been really good. Thank you so very much for tuning in with us today. We really, really love it. Dun 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 I like to read books on a Sunday to my friends at I See Me bookstore. Yeah, that's why I bring books to life and not rapping. That is not my forte. No, sir. Yes. Come on in, child. Come on in here. We are ready to read some books to you today. Yep. Got Booker right here waiting on you. Typing in hello. Who's out there? You know, I like to personally welcome you. Yep. Come on in, everybody. Waiting for my friends to log on. You know what? I think I need my drink. I'm thinking I'm a little thirsty. Give me a second while you guys are coming checking in, and tell me who's Booker. You Booker. You tell me when people come. Okay. You tell me when people get here. There. You stay right there, Booker. You wave them in when they come in. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm getting my cocktail. It's just a soda, caffeine soda. Knock it off. Now. Hey, Jess, Corey, Eli, and Ollie. Hello, Ollie. How's it going, everybody? Glad to see my favorite family. Don't tell all the rest of the families. Don't tell them I said that. Oh, uh-oh. Booker. No more eucalyptus leaves for you. Caffeine free. Sparkling water. Hi guys. How's it going, Miss Jess and Corey? And Eli and Ollie. Guess what, you guys? It's almost back to school time. I think still this Sunday I'm gonna do, a little more like summertime books just to stretch it out a little longer. Some of you all may be looking forward to going back to school, so I'm not going to play into that business about, oh, I don't want to go back to school. Hi, Miss Lisa. How are you? Hi, Miss Cassandra. So I'm not going to buy into that business. Like, I don't want to go back to school. Because you're probably excited about it. Because you haven't seen your friends since April. Shoot. Yeah. Good to see. Good to hear, Miss Jessica. Awesome sauce. My week, so-so. But I'm here. I'm still really cool. And yeah, I'm here with you guys. So, you know what? Sunday is a great way to end the week. The sun's shining. I'm breathing without any problems. Yes. Schools in Michigan. Oh, until after Labor Day. Wow, isn't that like the end of August? Woosa. Well, all right, well, that's good because we still have plenty of summertime stories to tell you. Cool beans. Yes. Pandemic fine. I think I'm going to steal that. Hi there, Prince Gabriel Jr., Ty, and, well, Miss Marissa. Hello. I love it. I love it. Got to have you guys. September. Man, y'all been out for a long time. Thank you, Miss Marissa. I appreciate that. It is a blessed Sunday. Yes, it is. The T-I-is. Yes, so I'm good. Then that's good because I did grab some back to school books, but I have a lot more summary kind of stuff. Yes, like trips and bees and talking gardens. Got all kind of goodies. All right, so what time we have? 3:05, 3:04. Well, all right, which one's right? The Fitbit that says 3:01. All right, I tell you what, this is what we'll do. It is 3:04. Watch is wrong. 3:04. So I guess we will get started, and then when our friends join us. Oh, your summers do start late. I don't know when is the last time I've been to Michigan. I know it's really pretty there. It's really lots of green stuff and lakes. Lots and lots of lakes in there. Do love that. Okay. Well, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and start us. And wait, I may move around a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and get us started. I had a friend girl came over last night. Yeah, believe it or not. So, amazingly, I'm dragging my wagon. Hi, Miss Cassandra. What little people do you have with you today? Good to see you. Whoever's in there watching with you, or you could just be watching yourself. Come on in here. Come on in. Yes, I love it. So, yeah, we're just getting started. In fact, hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. I did that to my friend down the street who is deaf. Deaf means not in the sense that they're not amongst the living with us anymore. DEF is a word that we use to describe people who you can't hear sound and words coming from their mouths. Something's going on with their vocal cords, so you can't hear them talking. You can hear sounds, but it won't be something where you can, it's not like talking like you and I would talk. Or maybe they can't hear the sounds when they hear a bird or a horn honking or a really loud neighbor. they can't hear that, but they can maybe read lips, and they use sign language. So my neighbor, he is deaf. And so the other day I saw him, he was visiting with a friend, and I was walking Tinkerbell, who is doing her usual, sleeping. I'm kind of jealous. I don't know if you could tell, I'm kind of jealous. Anywho, I went, hello, friend. And he laughed. He laughed so hard because he knows that's about all I probably know in sign language. But it made him feel good that I even learned that. And it was really good. So sometimes when other people speak another language besides English, and you try and learn how to say hello, friend, in their language, I tell you what, you have made a friend for life. Miss Tracey knows what she's talking about. When I was in Mexico, I was in Mexico for a month and a half with work. And I tell you, every time, and even when I spoke, I just mangled the Spanish language. They would show me how to say it right, but also they would encourage me to keep learning. And I have made long lifetime friends from that, for sure. Alrighty, so we've said the hello song. I bet you are ready for a story, because I am certainly ready for a story. And, thank you to the ICME bookstore. But I also, if you guys have not already signed in and subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. And thank you to those who already have. All you got to do is just click the little red button at the Read to Me, Miss Tracey at youtube.com. And you may also certainly email me using the same Read to Me, Miss Tracey at gmail.com. So if you wanted to invite me to Michigan, or or if you're having a birthday party or just, a back to school party and you want to have some stories read, I'll be happy to show up. I'll probably even bring Tinkerbell. And I certainly will bring my reading buddy, Booker. Yes. Do you guys have a reading buddy? Well, if you do, make sure that you allow him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put Booker over here, and he's facing the books because he likes for me to read to him, right? So, because it's hard for me to hold on to him. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so our very first story, I thought we would read about Zakiyyah's talking flower garden. Because my friend Carlton sent some pictures of the green beans that we sprouted and some of the greens that we were growing in our garden. And I bet some of our viewers have planted a garden. Yeah, I'm sure. So maybe if you could, I don't know if you're able to pin a picture in the comments section. Would love to see some pictures if you have any. If you don't, it's okay. Just maybe tell me, Miss Tracey, we planted a garden too. So I'd love to hear about that. Okay, here we go. Oh, let me see. Jessica. Oh, yes. Me coming to Michigan, trust and believe. Michigan would probably never be the same. Woo, oh, I'm not coming to Michigan in February. No, sir. I don't even want to be in Missouri. I may send him a happy birthday wish in my furry onesie flannel that looks like a lion or a unicorn. But that's as good as I'm going to get in February from Michigan. I'm sorry, Miss Jess. Sorry about that. Oliver, nope. And I don't even know about May, Eli. I don't even know about that one in Michigan. Okay. I am not messing with y'all in the winter. No, sir. Okay, so let's talk about Zakiyyah's Talking Flower Garden. This book is authored by Robyn Abdusamad. There we go. And edited, and the pictures were drawn by Shantae Warren. All right. Come on. Where's the first page? That says number 3. Oh, and the good thing about this book is the pages are numbered. See? Like I knew that this wasn't the page I started out. I knew it wasn't the right one. Very seldom are books numbered like that. But this one is. So let's get ready to read. In a small North Carolina town, not too far from the Pamlico River, lived a beautiful little girl named Zakiyyah. She loved to play with her dolls, draw pictures, and do puzzles. But most of all, she loved spending time in the backyard with her lovely flower garden. Oh, wait, let's see if somebody else checked in here. Okay. Wake up, sleepyhead, said her father. Oh, Dad, it's the weekend and school is out. Do I have to get up now? Said Zakiyyah. And Dad nodded yes with a smile. Mm-hmm. I made your favorite breakfast and I thought you would want to eat it before it got cold, Dad replied. Zakiyyah could smell the aroma in the air. Pancakes! She shrieked. Get dressed so you can join us for breakfast, he told her as he walked out of her room. Get dressed. Everyone seems to have a busy day today, Dad said. What are your plans, Zakiyyah? Without hesitation, Zakiyyah answered, I plan to tend to my special garden. Boring, mocked Wahid. Not as boring as you think, Zakiyyah responded. Zakiyyah put on her sun hat and walked outside to her lovely flower garden. The garden was breathtaking, with so many rich colors and flowers in different shapes and sizes. Zakiyyah sat on her bench to observe the amazing artistry. I've got some flowers like that in my backyard, and they attract butterflies. How cool is that? I only saw the first butterfly was really cool looking, and it was a black butterfly with a pretty blue trim around it. And earlier that day, when I was sitting in the backyard in my garden, I saw this big, fat bumblebee. He was about that big. He was huge. And I haven't seen one of those big, fat bumblebees in I don't know how long. But you know what? We got some feral cats in my neighborhood. So I'm watching that pretty blue and black butterfly. Oh, it was so cute. And it was bouncing around. And it went over into the neighbor's yard next door. And that cat jumped up and ate it. I like cats. But that one I did not like so much after that. And Tinkerbell didn't even see him. So, because she's old, sometimes she doesn't see so good. So, wish she had chased and ate that cat. Eating my butterfly. I mean, literally 2 minutes after I saw the doggone butterfly, the cat ate it. Jumped up right there and ate the thing. Sat on it and ripped its wings off. Anyway, back to the garden, you guys. Come on, stick to the story. Will you stick to the story? She reached down slowly to smell one of the flowers when her cousin Jalil arrived. Hi, Zakiyyah. What are you doing? He asked. Hi, I'm with my flowers, she said happily. Can I join you? He asked. Sure, Zakiyyah said. They sat in awe of the garden. Your garden is gorgeous. I see why it is special, said Jalil. Zakiyyah's garden had rows of colorful exotic flowers such as the erica, the Gerber's daisies, the African violets, and the crimson phlox, just to name a few. Yes, it is special because of its beauty and the story of each flower tells, explained Zakiyyah. All flowers, like people, have a story. Some flowers have to be grown in the sun, some in the shade, and some need to be kept inside. What you're saying is not rocket science, Jalil said, shrugging his shoulders. Crazy kitty. True, Zakiyyah agreed. However, my garden has a secret. If I share it with you, do you promise not to tell anyone? I promise, he said. Zakiyyah whispered, these flowers tell a story about our history. Jalil became upset. Now you're just repeating yourself. Okay, since you don't get it, then I will show you. Zakiyyah snapped back. Zakiyyah stood up from the bench, put on her garden gloves, and slowly knelt on the ground. She gently placed her hands around the alluring satin flower. It stood strong in its deep blue dress with a bright red center. The red center was outlined in white and had black and white spots close to the stamens. Do you guys know what a stamen is? If you do, put it in the comment section. Let's see who knows the answer to that. Greetings, your royal highness, Zakiyyah uttered. Oh, she uttered softly. Greetings, your royal highness. Jalil looked at her strangely. And then he heard a deep male voice say, greetings to you. Jalil fell off the bench in shock. Ooh! The flower had come to life. He continued to watch as Jalil fell off the bench. Yes. and Zakiyyah spoke to it. Please tell my cousin a little something about yourself, she said. The wine cup-shaped flower cleared its throat and said, most certainly. My name is King Hannibal of North Africa. I am the greatest military leader of all time. When I was young, about 8 or 9, I accompanied my father, Hamilcar, in a battle against the Roman Empire. Years later, I became supreme commander of the peninsula. I had 80,000 infantry, 12,000 cavalry, and 40 African war elephants. I conquered major portions of Spain, France, and all of Italy, except for Rome. Jalil could not believe his eyes or his ears. Oh my goodness, I must be dreaming, he stammered. My military tactics are still studied and used by the U.S. military today. The King Hannibal flower continued. Wow. I don't believe it, mumbled Jalil, who was still in shock. Zakiyyah smiled and leaned forward to gently touch another flower. This one had an exotic beauty. Its spirited hot pink flowers looked like a hot air balloon. What type of flower is this? Asked Jalil. The flame lily. It is exotic. It is toxic, yet unique, explained Zakiyyah. Good day, my gorgeous one, she said softly to the flower. Gorgeous one is right. How are you? Asked the lily flower. Come on. Turn page. Stuck together. Hold on, guys. There we go. Ooh, look at the lily flower. I'm great. Please tell my cousin about yourself, Zakiyyah asked. My pleasure. I'm Queen Nzinga. I grew up in Ndongo, one of Angola's divided nations in the 17th century. While my father was king, he was working with Portuguese missionaries to arrange a slave trade on the condition they spare our people. When he died, the Portuguese decided to go against their word. They put my brother in jail and took over our kingdom. Queen Nzinga exclaimed, but I was not having it. By the flower's knowledge as well of its. Jalil listened, The queen flower recalled that she had gone to the Portuguese governor's office to kindly ask that her brother be returned along with the people of Angola they had enslaved. When her request was declined, Queen Nzinga showed her power by taking out her wrath against the Portuguese governor's servants, and soon the government returned her brother. Years later, in 1624, Nzinga would become the queen of Ndongo without opposition. I had many political enemies who disliked a female being in charge, the Queen Lily continued. At some point, the queen was forced to leave the country, and her sister became a puppet ruler for the Portuguese. However, little did they know that her sister was also acting as Queen Nzinga's spy. Wow! Please tell us more, Jalil asked. It began to get late. Zakiyyah and Jalil had headed inside for dinner. Zakiyyah helped her mother set the table as Jalil poured the drinks. Everyone was coming home for their earlier activities of the day. As they all gathered for dinner, the doorbell rang. I'll get it, Dad said. It was their cousin Zainab. It's Zainab, everyone. Come on in, Dad said. She walked in and greeted her family. Peace be with you. Take a seat next to me, said Zakiyyah. No, sit beside me, Jalil counter-offered. You two stop it, said Zakiyyah's mother. Then she turned to Zainab and asked what brought her over here. I was riding my bike in the neighborhood and wanted to stop by to see how you're doing, explained Zainab. We're doing well, Dad said. Would you like to join us for dinner? Zainab declined and explained that she had to head home before dark. She didn't want to worry her parents. Before you go, I want to take your mother some flowers from our garden, Mom said. No! Zakiyyah said. Zakiyyah yelled, and Zakiyyah and Jalil yelled. Everyone gave them a puzzled look. You can't get the flowers from there because it's, Zakiyyah paused as she tried to think of a reason. It's full of bugs that will bite you and turn you into a green monster, Jalil proclaimed, forming his hands like claws and pretending to strike the air. Seriously? Zakiyyah responded sarcastically. I mean, we could have maybe come up with something better. I almost had that page, didn't I? That's a beautiful, wait a minute, let's pick another one. Oh my goodness, these pages in this book. $18.19. Yep, we're on the right page. Okay, here we go. Hey, Shalom, Ava, and Jara. Hi, guys. Good to see you. Thank you, Miss Cassandra. Got it at the ICME bookstore. That's a beautiful scarf, Zakiyyah said to Zainab. Thank you. Grandmother gave it to me for my birthday, Zainab told her. It's certainly one of a kind. But it's just a pink, sparkling scarf. What's so special about that? Asked Jalil. Zainab chuckled and smiled. If only you knew. Zakiyyah and Zainab walked to the door, and everyone waved goodbye. You're both out of your mind, said Zainab. Don't worry about the flowers this time. It's getting late, and I really need to go. The next morning, Zakiyyah rushed downstairs to grab breakfast before school. Slow down, Mom said. What's the rush? I don't want to be late for school, said Zakiyyah. Her mother told her to sit down to enjoy her breakfast. Zakiyyah headed to the dining table. As she was pulling out a chair, she gasped and dropped her juice glass. Oh my, what happened? Mom asked with a look of concern. Uh-oh, look what's on the table. Oh my. Mom didn't know about the talking garden, did she? Zakiyyah stood motionless. she noticed a beautiful vase of flowers on their table. Mom, said Zakiyyah, struggling to find her words. What's the matter with you, Zakiyyah? You act as if you've seen a ghost. Mom, where did you get these flowers? Zakiyyah asked nervously. Why? Her mother scolded. Flowers on the table should not cause you to make a mess on the floor. Zakiyyah sat at the table staring at the flowers. Then she stood up, leaned towards the flowers, and whispered, Good morning, beautiful one. There was no response. Good morning, gorgeous one, she said. Again, no answer. What are you doing, Zakiyyah? Asked her mother. I know people talk to their plants, but it seems as if you're expecting them to talk back. Suddenly, Zakiyyah broke into tears. Her mother tried to comfort her. Zakiyyah, what is going on? Mom asked. You're acting very weird this morning. Kind of like Tinkerbell was lately. Hiding in the weirdest little creepy places. Come on, I don't get it. Behind the refrigerator? What's going on, my little doggy? Anyway, at lunchtime, Zainab approached her cousin and asked, Can I have lunch with you today, Zainab? Sure, said Zakiyyah. They talked about school as they ate. When lunch was, wait a minute, I keep thinking I'm skipping pages. Hold on, y'all. Nope, we didn't. Okay. They talked about school as they ate. When lunch was over, they went back to their classes. Throughout the day, Zakiyyah could only think of her flower garden. She was relieved the flowers her mother received were not from her garden. Phew! She couldn't wait for school to be over so she could check on her garden. When Zakiyyah got home from school, she started working on her homework. Her mother made her a snack. Thanks, Mom. You're the best, said Zakiyyah. Aw, and so are you, Mom said, joining her daughter at the table. So, tell me why you were acting so strange this morning about the flowers, Mom asked. Zakiyyah did not want to reveal the truth about her garden. As she tried to gather her thoughts, she said, I don't know, Mom. I think they reminded me of some of the flowers in the garden. So, why would you be so upset if the flowers did come from our flower garden? Her mother persisted. I just would be disappointed because I take care of them, giving them water and pulling weeds. So I just couldn't imagine anyone removing them from their home to sit in a vase of water and eventually wilt away, said Zakiyyah. I see, her mother said as she cleared the table and went upstairs. Zakiyyah started cleaning up the kitchen, and suddenly there was a knock at the door. It was her cousin Jalil. I finished my homework and just wanted to stop by to visit your flower garden, Jalil said, leaning in and lowering his voice to a whisper. Zakiyyah laughed. You're so silly. There's no need to whisper. You can visit the garden anytime. We're family. Zakiyyah finished cleaning the kitchen and headed to her room to get her sun hat and garden gloves. While waiting, Jalil decided to help himself to a snack that was on the counter. Hi, Jalil. How are you today? Said Zakiyyah's mother. Hi, Auntie. I'm doing fine. Just waiting on Zakiyyah, he said. I'm going outside. I'll be back, Mom said as she started walking outside. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go, she said. Before they could move, they were startled by a loud, abrupt scream from the backyard. Oh no, my mom! Zakiyyah and Jalil ran outside. Her mother was kneeling on the ground next to the flower garden. Mom, are you okay? asked Zakiyyah. That flower just talked to me, her mother stuttered. Jalil and Zakiyyah looked at each other. No way, that can't be possible, replied Jalil. Zakiyyah was stunned. She never thought anyone else would learn of the secret talking flower garden. This was her secret. But now she had to tell her mother the truth. Mom, the flowers do talk. These flowers are from different parts of Africa and can speak when we talk to them. They share historical information about the kings and queens of Africa. Well, I guess our secret is out of the bag now, said Jalil, rolling his eyes. Wow, this is hard to believe, Mom said. They sat on the bench looking at the garden. Jalil knelt down at the flower bed. This flower was different shape than the last time I visited, he said. Yes, that's the I don't know if I'm saying this right. The protea, the South African flowering plant. It grows in various shapes, explained Zakiyyah. It's truly beautiful, said Jalil. Why, thank you, sir. I'm Zakiyyah, a Fanti king from the Gold Coast, now modern Ghana. I've been there. I've been to Accra, Ghana. Said the protea flower. I was wealthy merchant and a slave trader until I was captured during the Commander Wars. But I escaped and defeated the British slave masters. I created Jamaica as a separate and independent black colony. Today, there is a waterfall named Tacky Falls where my men and I planned our revolt. It is open to visitors. A school has been named after me, too. This is amazing, Zakiyyah, said her mother. While I'm not sure why you'd want to keep this garden a secret, I can see why you spend so much time out here. It's such a great gift to have this wealth of knowledge in your backyard. I didn't want you to think I was weird, Mom, said Zakiyyah. These plants tell special stories that we don't hear about in history class. As they went inside, they stood and gazed at the talking flower garden once more. Zakiyyah's mother looked at her daughter and smiled. These historical stories are special because they are ours. Yes, so this tells about the author, Miss Robyn Salib Abdusamad. Yes, and she has other books that she's written. That story was Zakiyyah's Talking Flower Garden. Kind of cool, right? It's a cool little way to get some history lessons going in there. And I got the book when I went inside the store what was that? Was that Wednesday? If you guys had a chance to watch on the broadcast, live broadcast from Wednesday, you saw me when I went over there to the ICB bookstore and I was reading from the reading bench that Miss Carolyn Lewis had decorated. So it's really cool. If you haven't already, check in to Read to Me, Miss Tracey at youtube.com. And so I am going to answer Mr. I believe that's Omar Dunn. So he had a question about getting some books from the ICB bookstore or making an order. Now, the problem is with the pandemic, Mr. Dunn, the pandemic has slowed production down at the publishers. So maybe some of the titles that you have are on back order. The pandemic caused a slowdown because people aren't working. And then with the resurgence of I don't like to say the Black Lives Matter movement. I got a personal opinion about that. But nevertheless, the renewed interest in diversity books and books about people of color, supporting those type of authors and books like that. You know, the book, what was it? I can't think of the one book. It's like the New York bestseller right now. It's about white privilege and stuff like that. So Mr. Dunn and anybody else that you know, you must exercise patience. If you guys were watching, if you go to Wednesday's story time towards the end, I take you inside the bookstore and it looks more like Santa's workshop. So they've turned their entire store, instead of a bookstore, it is now a packing store because they are trying to fulfill so many orders, which is a good thing. And we thank you. I don't work for ICME Bookstore. I'm a storyteller for them. That's it. Thank you, Miss Jessica. White Fragility. They are on a 2-month back order. So this is not one of those things where they just have thousands of White Fragility books on back order in their store. So it's no fault of ICME Bookstores. I'm sorry, sir. You have to just, you gotta be patient. I tell you, I check in their emails and I see the plugs. People are literally like, they're just not really recognizing the way that business and shipping is doing right now because of the pandemic, slowdown of production, the increased demand during the slowdown in production. So it's not the fault of ICME Bookstore and smaller mom and pop stores like that. So they literally have hired several people just to fulfill the orders and things like that. So I apologize on their behalf that things are moving very slowly, but they will get your books to you. I haven't read all of your comment because I'm in the middle of doing story time, but I tell you what, someone will get back to you. They're there today. You know, I don't know if you live in St. Louis or not, but they will get those books to you. Promise. We have never lost a client. We understand, and we just thank you so much for your order, your subscription order. But I promise you, you will get your books, okay? Promise. Book storyteller. Wait, that way. Hand over your heart. Is that right? But Mr. Dunn, you will get those books. Promise. No one has taken your money or anything like that. It's literally the publishers and distributors are backed up. They even have to print more books. Yeah, it's really serious. It's a good thing, but it's very serious. So that's what's going on with your books. And after this story time, I'll hit you up and then let you know. You know what, you guys, daily, and like I said, you guys are in the story time, so I have no idea. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just trying to let you know that it's not necessarily their fault. It's, something going on. So I don't know what to tell you guys, but I got to get back to story time for the little people. So I appreciate, I can only do what I can do. So anyway, bees, they will get you. They will get to you. I promise. Okay. Hey, where'd the thingy go? Stop that. I can't see my face. And then I think you guys can't see me. Can you guys see me okay? Is my head cut off there? Okay, there we go. All right, cool. Bees by Catherine Pryor and illustrated by Ellie Peterson. All right, so you know what, you guys? This one's kind of long too. You know what? I think I'm going to switch up. We'll read that one next week. How about that? We'll read that one next week. Let's do this one. Mimi's Magical Fairy Friends. The Comet, the Fairy Unicorn. Oh, and that one's written by Clare, Bevan, and Callie Johnson Isaacs. Ooh, look, there's a free fairy and unicorn in this book. Cool is that? Yes. The treetops were fizzing with fun, flags were shaking, and fairies were gazing at the sky. Everyone was waiting to see the fairy king and queen. Mimi and her friends were in the tallest tree. I wonder what the king will be riding, said Acorn. I wonder what the queen will be wearing, squeaked Rose. Here they come, cried Hazel. Tantra! The fairy king and queen burst out of a huge cloud that looked just like a fairy castle. Down they swooped on 2 royal swans as big as horses. The birds wore shiny crowns and their webbed feet swam through the air. Webbed feet? Oh, they're riding on ducks. Aha, I figured it out. Look at the little princess, giggled Mimi. She's riding a unicorn. The little princess waved happily as she was sitting on her pet pony. But today it had a sparkly spike tied to its forehead. Wonder what that's all about. A band of elves played happy tunes while everyone clapped at the passing royal parade. In no time, it had whirled away and the fairies flew back to their very own garden. You're picking up a theme here, right? Let's pretend to be princesses, laughed Rose. She looked up at the cloud castle and said, if I were a princess, I'd ride on a real unicorn. At that moment, Mimi saw something glitter in the long grass. It's a box, said Hazel, and there's a dragon carved on the lid. The fairies tried to open the box, but it was shut tight. But Rose said, shh. She held the box to her ear, and this is what she heard. Slide the dragon. 1, 2, 3. Lift the lid and set me free. Rose slid the dragon once, twice, 3 times, and then she lifted the lid and what do you think's gonna happen? Oh boy. Out of the box flew a tiny genie. Thank you, he said, smiling at Rose. You helped me escape that horrible box. So now I'll make you your favorite wish come true. Oh, cried Rose, closing her eyes. I would love to ride on a real unicorn. The genie winked, and then he floated up, 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 and vanished like a popped bubble. Up, 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 boop, gone. A moment later, a genie popped back with a bing. Beside him stood a small unicorn with a twinkling wings and a golden spike. Oh, look, the unicorn even has like golden kind of hooves there. How cool is that? His name is Comet, bubbled the genie. He's very young and he likes to eat flowers. But don't let him nibble on the blue ones. Don't nibble on the blue ones. Rose hugged the unicorn and stroked his mane. Hello, Comet, she said shyly. Then she flapped her wings and sat on his back. At once, they flew over the pond, past the treehouse, and back again. Oh, that would be really neat to ride on a unicorn. Have any of you ridden on a unicorn? What about a horse? Miss Tracey has. I've even ridden on an elephant. True story. Thank you, Jeannie, called Rose. This is my most exciting day ever. Let's all fly to the Silver River. Comet and Rose skimmed and soared all along of the Silver River where mermaids swam. Ooh, mermaid is my spirit animal. High above the Sparkle Park, past the Cloud Castle, until at last they landed in a field of flowers. Oh, I hope that unicorn doesn't eat the blue flowers. Wait for us, puffed the other fairies. Our wings are tired, said Hazel with a yawn. The fairies stopped to rest, and soon they all began to doze. Uh-oh, who's watching the unicorn? While Comet nibbled the blue flowers. Dun, dun, dun. Oh no, Comet, not that. supposed to eat the blue flowers. When Rose woke up, she rubbed her eyes and saw Comet racing and chasing, prancing and dancing while the tiny genie was trying to catch him. I warned you about the blue flowers, he gurgled. Come back, Comet, she shouted Rose. You'll hurt yourself. The unicorn landed with a wobble. He hiccuped and he skidded. Then, I wonder what's going to happen next. Comet's spike was stuck in a tree. He pulled up and tugged, but it was no use. It's all my fault, Rose wailed. I forgot about the blue flowers. Everyone makes mistakes, said the genie kindly. I'm sure you'll find a way to save your unicorn. Cheer up, Rose, said Mimi. We can make a new wish to help. The fairies held hands and said, Sunset red and daisies white. Show us how to put things right. Oh boy, there's the unicorn with this horn stuck in a tree. The sky started to turn rose pink, and a flock of beautiful birds with tip-top beaks tumbled from the cloud castle and swirled around Comet's spike. They pecked and picked at the tree. The little unicorn jiggled and wiggled until, whoosh! The spike shot out and Comet fell backwards, squashing a big blue flowers. And that's a happy ending, gurgled the genie, and just in time to take him home. A bright star was shining as Rose gave Comet a farewell hug. I'll never forget you, she promised. Not ever. You won't have to, whispered the tiny genie. Fairies are good at making wishes come true, aren't they? And everyone's allowed a birthday wish. Oh, yes. Then the unicorn and genie flew up, up, up until pop, they were gone. Rose gazed at the star for a long time. Then she smiled. I'm even luckier than a princess, she told herself. I have a real unicorn who is just one wish away. And it's my birthday tomorrow. Woohoo! Anyone out there they're watching along with us? Does anyone have a birthday coming up soon? Well, we know Eli and Corey don't. The end. Woohoo! Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so that was Mimi and her magical friends. Mimi's magical fairy friends. And there's also several other of Mimi's magical fairy friend books. So you can get those too. And of course, you can get them at the ICME bookstore. And if you can pick them up at the store. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck like everybody else that you have to be on back order. Sorry, you guys. It's really not their fault. So very sorry. But they do appreciate it. And like I said, I'm sorry, I don't work for the bookstore. I'm just like their storyteller. And so I have nothing to do with the orders. Just please, it's just a funny thing. August 16th. Well, now you got to wish for a unicorn, Mr. Corey. Sounds like it'd be kind of a fun thing. If you can't find a unicorn, you could probably get one of those unicorn onesie pajama situations like Miss Tracey has. You can do that. I don't know. Maybe Miss Jessica, you could get you a unicorn thingy, and then you can have a unicorn party. It could be fun. It could be lots of fun. Just don't eat the blue flowers. Okay, so I have time for one more quick story. And I had a couple of them that I wanted to read today. Let's see. I think we may have time for this one. Yes, we do. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Happy birthday. Is that going to be a Sunday or a Wednesday? Do I have to read a little story time birthday party for Mr. Corey? Mm-hmm. So I have another book that I did not get from the ICME bookstore. I got it from, you have to send me pictures if you guys have a unicorn party for him. And, this one. Boom. Yes, I'm still watching. Okay. It's Tough to Lose Your Balloon by Jarrett J. Krosoczka. I don't know if I did that right or not. But we know the title of the book was definitely said right. It's Tough to Lose Your Balloon. You know, I used to hate it when I lost my balloon. So my mom would tie the balloon to my wrist. And sometimes she wouldn't tie it enough. She wouldn't tie it tight enough. And it's still flying through the air. And all you could do is watch it floating down the street higher and higher and higher. So I wonder, did the clouds ever play with my balloon? Like maybe in the heavens, there's like a whole bunch of balloons somewhere up there. The kids lose their balloons. Anyway, we're going to talk about the little story here. It's Tough to Lose Your Balloon. Lost balloons, melted ice cream, ooh, bandages. These are the hard times in life, right? Like waiting on your book subscription. It's been a month, going into the new month. Yeah, it's kind of tough. I get it, you guys. I feel your pain. Trust me. It's tough to lose your balloon. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. This book sounds like it's going to need a hug at the end of it. But it'll make Grandma smile from the sky. Wow. Look how far up that his balloon went. It's above the plane. Wow. It's sad to drop your sandwich in the sand. Oh, man. My pickle and peanut butter and giraffe nose sandwich. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, and the Brussels sprouts. You got to put those Brussels sprouts right in between the two pieces of bread. And the peanut butter helps the Brussels sprouts and the giraffe noses. Sometimes I sprinkle some toes in there too. But that's what holds, the peanut butter holds it all together. You smush it. But when you drop it in the sand, oh, man. And you can't really shake the sand off of your sandwich, especially if there's peanut butter on it. Makes it really crunchy, eating the sand. It's not good. But it'll make some seagulls very happy. Well, that's true. Look, they're all eating that sandwich. Looks like it was peanut butter sandwich too. It's never fun when you break a toy. Oh, man. Look, his superhero doll's arm came off. Oh, shoot. Man, it's a bummer. But you'll have fun fixing it with Grandpa. Aw, thank you, Papa. It's the worst to have wet shoes. Ooh, you know what? What's worse than wet shoes? Wet socks. Ooh, can't stand that. You just squishy, 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 squish. Squishy, 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 squish. But it's the best to go barefoot. Woohoo! Guess what? Miss Tracey is barefoot right now. Let's see if I can get my feet up here. There we go. Yeah, see, I'm barefoot right now. I'm barefoot right now. It is frustrating when your ice cream melts. Oh my gosh, and it's just dripping all the way down your elbow. Oh, hate that. Because it gets so hot outside. And maybe the wind is blowing and you can't just eat it fast enough. Because then if you eat it too fast, you go, oh, my head. Or if you get it too fast on your teeth are like freezing. Oh, you get a brain freeze. Oh, it's the worst. I don't know if I want a brain freeze or if the ice cream to melt. Well, I guess if it's a brain freeze, at least I got ice cream in my mouth. But your cone will make a great hat for your scoop. Ah, scoop of ice cream. It hurts to get a scrape. Ouch. We got an owie. See, owie. But you'll get a cool bandage. It might even glow in the dark. Wow, that is cool, man. It's scary when you have a new babysitter. My babysitter, Miss Stacy, she used to make me eat green peas in my tuna salad. What is that? Who eats green peas? Now, I like green peas now that I've grown up. I do like them. But, yeah, green peas. And the other thing Miss Tracey didn't like to eat as a kid was liver. And quite honestly, I don't like eating it now. But I digress. But you get to stay up late. Dun, 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 dun. They're watching TV, eating snacks. They are partying. So when life gives you rain, ooh, no, rain. Look for the rainbow. Hey, let's look at the colors together. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and indigo. How cool is that? You guys did good in identifying the colors. Yeah, that's the end of the book. Yeah. It's called It's Tough to Lose Your Balloon. And it's written by Jarrett J. Krosoczka. Jarrett J. Krosoczka. I don't know. When life gets you down, look up, up, up. I got that one from the library, like I started out doing before I teamed up with the ICME bookstore. And you can read some of these stories at the Read to Me, Miss Tracey at youtube.com. Thank you so much. Ava and Jara and Miss Jessica, Eli, Corey, and Ollie. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys reading with me today. And we have some new people. I believe Mr. Omar and Cassandra. And thank you, Miss Yukara. Or is it Mr. Yukara? I can't tell. I'm not sure. But thank you very much from the Israel family. And who else was in here that checked in with me? I want to make sure I say hello to everyone. Oh, hi, Prince Gabriel Jr. and Ty and Miss Marissa. Thank you very much for reading with us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I think we got everybody. We got everybody covered. And Mr. Omar, I'm definitely going to pass on your message to them, and they will see it also. I promise you, you guys are going to get those books to you. I promise, okay? And so I don't mean to be dismissive or anything. So really, they really are very conscientious people. It's really just kind of out of their hands, okay? So in the meantime, you're welcome, Miss Marissa. Thank you so much, Miss Jessica. Thank you. I love to see you guys here. Thank you so much. And in the meantime, me and Booker will see you later. Alligator in a wild crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug. Blow a kiss. Mwah! Jellyfish. I'll see you soon. Big baboon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. Be sure, thank you, Miss Marissa. Be sure to give yourself a hug every day, a couple times a day. You know how we do it. Wrap your arms around yourself and you squeeze. Sorry, Booker. You squeeze. You squeeze yourself until you feel better. Or if you just want to give yourself a hug because you like the way it feels. Miss Tracey does it all the time, honey. Yeah. Hug yourself. It's your daily vitamin. I thank you all again for tuning in. Thank you for your subscriptions to the Read to Me Miss Tracey channel at youtube.com. And I'll see you Wednesday at 11 if the creek don't rise. And we're still going kicking. All right. Take care. Mwah. Keep reading.